Test mic. Testing the microphone. Seems to be working. What does it say? Airframe 2. Does it have like 2 of these things? Huh. Well, we're starting, ladies and gentlemen, from where we landed yesterday. At, what is it called? Fairford. Echo Golf Victor Alpha. Fairford Airfield. I want to do a mission that takes me up further north because I want to go see my friend Tony. That's why I'm changing here from small trip to something longer. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly up here and deliver a medic up here, and then we won't be too far from Bradford, from Bingley, and from these little villages up here. My friend lives in one of them. It's around here. Not a lot of airfields in Microsoft Flight Simulator up there. The nearest one I could find was from my friend's place is Oxenhope Airfield. Echo Golf Ox. Echo Golf Oscar X-Ray. Oh look, there's someone out there. Tarberg Knight, okay. We are on the East USA server. But look at this. There's a big empty space here. I wonder if it's really not many airfields around that part of the UK, or if it's just stuff that's not listed. Alright. Okay, so I think, yeah, this medic mission here looks like our best bet. And that's pretty good money too, 26 grand. If I zoom all the way out, we can see where the current, look at that, the current treasure thing is. It's a little unbalanced because when you find treasure, basically you make $1 million. And I can pay for my pilot to be taken there. I think if it's in, I'm not in survival mode, but I think in survival mode you probably have to fly it yourself. So that does make this more challenging. You can get lucky that it appears by you. It appears once per day, these treasure hunt things. Is that in Roswell or something? Yeah, Nellis Air Force Base. Maybe there's some aliens out there. Some UFOs or some unidentified aerial phenomena. UAPs now they're calling UFOs. Because it could be a phenomenon that you're not familiar with. Although there's some stories. One of the most famous ones. It's a pilot who was flying to one of these islands here. I think Guernsey maybe. And very experienced pilot with passengers, and the passengers saw it and it got caught on radar. Like they saw some huge thing that kind of looked like a big flying spaceship or a town. I was reading about that in the New Yorker article in the latest. I'll put a link to it here. Let's see if we can find it. The latest issue of the New Yorker has a story about the latest thoughts and information about unidentified aerial phenomena or unidentified flying objects, as you prefer. New Yorker. Let's see if it's showing up. Well, let's click here. Maybe they'll give us. Here we go. So this is it's a nice article about the latest information about UFOs and the debate over them. I don't think I'm gonna do a UFO stream today, but maybe after this flight up north, maybe we can come back and go look for some UFOs around the Channel Islands there. But as I said, first I want to get closer to my friend Tony's house. Lives up all the way up here, not too far from Bradford. We're gonna fly north in the UK. I've picked a mission here. I'm gonna click on flying here. And let me make sure that my flight info overlay and the map overlay are activated here. Message system. It's funny when I go away from that scene, the previous meshes disappear. All right, I think we're good to go. I'm just gonna have to double check on the weight and balance here. As I discovered, courtesy of Icebird. When you're playing with Neofly, Neofly takes care of the fuel. So here we go. We got a full fuel tank. So I can just ignore this here as far as I know. The one thing I have to pay attention to. Oh, select the mission. Okay, it's this one. Fly. One thing I have to pay attention to is the payload. I need 360, so I'm just gonna give my passenger medic here as usual a couple 20 more pounds. And we're flying on with all players, live traffic and live weather conditions. Always exciting in England. Go to Wales, that's one of the places in the world where the weather changes the fastest, apparently. Okay, we're not going to Oxenhope right now. We are going to drop this medic somewhere over here. Long distance flight. And just in case, I'm gonna do that. It's supposed to be managed by Neofly, but alright, I think we're good to go. There's 5 minutes left, so I can hang out a little bit. Maybe what I'll do is instead of starting on the runway, I'll start in parking. Yiblan, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Yiblan. Very kind of you. Happy Friday. I hope you're having a good Friday.
Mayday, mayday, mayday. A plane has just crashed. Bring the doctor to the crash site.
Yeah, it's been something I do sometimes. Well, I try to do it as long as I'm not, about to land and I have my hands free. I have my guitar here and I'll do a little lick. Alright, waiting for Microsoft Flight Simulator to load. Everything is green here on the Neofly dashboard, except the motor is not on because I'm not starting on the runway since we have a few minutes to go here on the official beginning of this stream. I thought I'd start with the engine off and we can go on a little taxi around the airfield, get a look at the weather. All right. I have a chance also to put on my little track IR hat and test if this stuff is working. I've been messing around with the curves of my track IR here to get the movement smoother, and I don't know why this happens in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I still can pop my head out of the airplane here with track IR. I saw yesterday in Howard's stream that someone was using like this open track, and for that gentleman, he couldn't put his head out. So I think it's something maybe in the curves. But look at that, I can put my head out the window. I don't mind too much. It's not a huge deal, but you know, it can get a little confusing. So a continuously developing thing. Streaming here, okay, there's the runway right there. I think so. We're gonna get out of here, and we'll turn right and go and check out the windsock, see where the wind is coming from. That direction over there. I love windsocks. I would love to live by a small airfield, just to watch planes take off and maybe one day fly on myself. Okay, this is runway 27. So this is west. We're going to take off to the east, I believe. All right. Turn back to my little airplane. Where did it go? There it is. And let's get this machine started. I'll just put this on to see if yep, everything seems okay. We have a little mini map there. This is courtesy of Sim Toolkit Pro, this wonderful application that gives you some stream overlays. It gives you a chat bot. Although I must admit I didn't see the chatbot message that let me try to predict the landing rate here, see if it's working. I'll put minus 110 or something feet per minute. The chatbot on. Ah, negative. Okay. Let's disconnect and connect again and see if it chatbot comes on. Alright, I'll try to restart it. Maybe you download the update too. Yeah, the stream is starting now. I need to get Sim Toolkit Pro for your Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, it's free. It's amazing to me that it's totally free. I mean, I'm a Patreon supporter. It's like $15 a year, which, you know, it's for what it. I mean, it's in beta, so it's running a little. Sometimes you know, I've had some crashes, and sometimes I feel it takes a lot of resources, but it's been improving a lot. And it gives you so many still thinking about the downloader. It gives you so many cool things like it gives you a chat bot if you're streaming, and it gives you like a little overlay map to show you where you are. It saves your logbook, and you can run it locally without connecting to the internet, or you can save your flight logs on the internet. Really awesome. There you go, installing this update. Yeah, SimToolkit Pro and Neofly are my two favorite Microsoft Flight Simulator utilities. Followed by little nav map. SimToolkit Pro is not exclusive to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It you can use it with X-Plane. You can use it with P3D. All right, there you go. The SimToolkit Pro Twitch bot has joined. All right, let's connect to the sim. Now let me come back here, and I know that sometimes I have to turn this, turn the flight info overlay on and off for it to start detecting again, and the map overlay too. There you go. Okay. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are taking a medic far up north. Going on a longer flight to start today because my friend Tony lives up there, and I want to get close to where he lives to maybe land near where he lives at some point. I don't know if that's gonna happen today, but I'm gonna do a mission to get us closer up there, so we are gonna go deliver a medic up in to the north of England, not far from I think Bradford.
Good morning, pilot. Bring me as close as possible to the crash.
All right.
Transporter, medic on board. Go, go, go.
Okay, I turned on the. Okay, let's undo the parking brake. Bye bye. Yeah, SimToolkit Pro it keeps improving. It was running quite slowly for me in the beginning, but now since the I think 0.6 something update, it's really improved a lot. And I have to watch out for these fire trucks here. A little bit of traffic. Well, I'm in their way. I think that's their road. Let me stay here in the taxiway. Hey, watch out! Jeez, some crazy driver here. Want a big fiery explosion? They've got traffic. They're just driving through each other. Yesterday, later today, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to start. I started it yesterday actually without streaming because I was checking it out. I'm going to start an Isle 2 Sturmovik single player career. I had a really fantastic flight last night. I wish I was streaming, but I was trying it out and I was a bit tired of talking. So okay, let's hold a short here, and let's take a look around. Alright, we seem clear. Really fun. I'm gonna be flying a Spitfire. Okay, request taxi depart straight out. I should have requested this before, but yeah, I forgot. What the heck. Okay, I'm ready. I'm a bit like one of those, inconsiderate drivers. I stuck my front wheel in the cross of the runway already. I mean, it's kind of impatient, but it's Friday. I'm a little tired. Talked a lot this week. Have to get in the hang of talking. If I'm gonna do the streaming regularly like this, I have to take care of my voice a little bit as well. All right. Okay. Ready for straight out departure at runway 27. All right.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 27, hypertext Hero 1.
All right, let's go. Let me just do a check on the track on this flying. We are gonna take off and we're gonna head. Gonna be about what 345, 340. Alright, we're ready to go. Just one last check, see if anything is coming. Seems alright. I'm just gonna, it's a big runway, so I'm not even gonna put any flaps on for this takeoff. I'm just gonna go straight out. And good news, I got I got a notification from VKB that my Gladiator next stick is shipped.
Fly safe, and good luck with the landing.
And we're off. Whoa! Lazy Bear, grrr, good morning. Happy Friday. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're having a good Friday. What did I say? 340? I think we're gonna take this aeroplane over to the north, towards the north of England, and we can keep track of our progress with Neofly. Here we are. It took off from Echo Golf Victor Alpha, and we're flying up here near Bolton, right past Manchester. We're dropping a medic off, not in an airfield, but just at a random location, wherever that is. So it's around 120 nautical miles. If we are successful, we'll get $26,000. We can only have $24,000, so basically more than double our cash. Guitar while taking off. Now that is skill. Well, it's just a Cessna. And, you know, I'm a total amateur, but I'm starting to get the hang of things over here. Trying to get track IR to behave a little more smoothly. It seems to be a little better today. I'm looking at curves and trying to make some smoother curves so we can take a good look at the stuff here, so I can, you know, get close here. Keep an eye out the front, and then I can turn it off. And I'm gonna lean this engine a little bit. Keep an eye on that RPM needle, as Icebird and Howard learned to fly taught me, and I'm gonna just pull this mixture control until I see that RPM dial drop. There it goes. And then I'm gonna keep pushing it so it climbs again, so that we know that we have enough power and we're not using too much fuel, so we can get where we're going without running out of fuel and having to glide to a landing in a field somewhere. I mean, we're already going to land in a field, so I love landings. I love landing in this video game. It's really, you feel the wind. It's really, you feel the when you like cut the throttle and it gets quiet and there's a bit of a cross, when you really feel it. It's nice. It's a nice feeling. All right, yeah, we're pretty much on track here. I will acknowledge that.
Fairford Tower, hypertext Hero 1 frequency change.
All right, should I tune the let's get a flight following here.
Three Eyes Norton approach, hypertext Hero 1 is type Cessna 152 tree miles south of Echo Golf Oscar Alpha. Request flight following.
Hypertext Hero 1 Three Eyes Norton approach. Squawk 6307.
That's squawk code.
Squawk 6307, hypertext Hero 1.
Hypertext Hero 1 radar contact 2 miles south of Echo Golf Oscar Alpha 2,300 feet. Altimeter 30.01.
Acknowledge that radar contact.
Hero 1.
All right. So we'll have this air traffic controller giving us updates on any radar context that may be interesting to us. Jazz, whoa. Jazza Playas Steam. Is it someone called Jeremy who likes to play DayZ on Steam, or is it like a jazz player who plays in Z Steam? I don't know. Siltram B. Ich bin Flow 123 Bon Vent. That's a nice one. Nice wind in French. Has the hash 3321. And we have Jara Hotel 013 out there, ladies and gentlemen. There are other people flying. Oh, the Dancing Queen 949er. Excellent. I'm flying on live weather here. I'm in the southeast, the Eastern USA server if you want to join in on this flight. I'm Hypertext Hero in Microsoft Flight Simulator. That's because Microsoft decided that 12, or because of some limitation in the system, you can only use 12 letters in your Microsoft Flight Simulator username. That means that my Microsoft Flight Simulator username is Hypertext Hero, but there's no E in the word text. Like this. If you want to join me and you want to add me as a friend there in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you're very welcome to. I didn't file a flight plan today because I'm not heading to, well, I was a little lazy too, but I'm not heading to an airport. A particular airport. I am just dropping off this medic, but after that I'm gonna stay up there, so I will probably head to what was it? EGOX. So let me put this here in case you wanna see the approximate flight plan. I only have an i5 processor, so when I have a lot of things running like this, Sim Toolkit Pro, Neofly, Microsoft Flight Simulator, the Twitch soundtrack, OBS, things slow down a little bit. Alright, let's acknowledge that request.
Going to 127.25 Hypertext Hero 1.
Alright.
Green Eyes Norton approach Hypertext Hero 1 3,500 feet.
Hypertext Hero 1 Green Eyes Norton approach continue as planned. Altimeter tree 0.01.
Oh, drifting a little bit. And I think if I wasn't using this thing up here, I would probably be going here and actually manually tuning in. But I just eventually I'm gonna get to that, and eventually I'll try VATSIM. But for now, I'm just happy to use this nice usability feature here that you put your mouse button up here, you hover, and you have all this nice stuff that you can change. How many flight hours does this airplane have? 78. Is that my pilot profile hours, and it matches all the airplanes, I wonder? I know that some of the newer airplanes that are being released by third-party developers, they actually keep track of the, I think that's called Hobbs hours, like it's basically like, you know, the mileage in your car. But this tracks like the amount of hours an airplane has been flying, and if you'd be flying this in real life, you'd have a logbook, and you know, I could do it here too. Before you take off, you note what that little number says there, the Hobbs hours, and then when you land, you note it again. So you can keep track of how much time an airplane has flown and how much time you have flown. Pretty nice weather here, and UK after a few streams of not.
Text Hero 1 contact Gloucester approach on 128.555.
Going to 128.555 hypertext Hero 1.
After flying in rainy weather the last couple of streams, we have a nice day. A little hazy, but quite nice. Beautiful day here in the UK. Live weather, live time. Just get a little too far away than my custom. Let's do a test here. Let's see if I get farther away and then I zoom in with like a telephoto lens. There. Oh, it does appear. Okay, that's cool. We can do sort of like a cinema, a sort of Hollywood movie type. Shot here. Pretty airplane. You know, it looks like a flying car. Now whenever I see a Cessna 172 or 152 flying here over New York City, it makes me feel like playing Microsoft Flight Simulator. Like I can kind of fly that little plane, you know. We'll keep an eye on our track. It's going to be quite a long flight. We'll keep an eye on the fuel too, but we've leaned our engine. We'll take a look at wind information and some ATIS for the UK in a little bit. If you go to Sim Toolkit Pro and you click here on the streaming tab, you can see that you can see the overlay map, and it shows you your position, and it shows you weather too, which is a really nice feature. I think it defaults to it's centered on your airplane. Nice. I use leaflet.js. That's a really nice JavaScript library for maps. It's cool. It's a really talented developer who makes that. Well, and the one who makes Neofly too. Yesterday, I'll put a link there. Yesterday I donated $20 to Neofly so I can get I have the latest 3D models, the latest 3D objects for events. So maybe we'll see one of them when we arrive to drop this medic if I make it there, you know, if I don't crash before. But you get like ambulances and you know, doctors with equipment and crash planes and all sorts of stuff that gets added to these missions. If you're interested in trying Neofly, you can go to neofly.net, and it's free. You download it. If you donate, you can get these extra 3D objects for the missions. You can get events, which are basically things that happen during a mission. You might get diverted somewhere else, and the really cool thing is you get sound files. So like you have a dispatcher talking to you. Apparently if you shake people too much, they start screaming. If you're doing a passenger mission that has a goal of not banking more than, I think, 45 degrees or something. I tried to make a passenger scream yesterday. It didn't really work, but maybe it was because the mission, you know, was a brave, or as Shipa had put, maybe it was just a psycho. the passenger I had. So he was just, that didn't faze him at all. But this is just, there's a medic here, so he probably is not gonna get too scared of me banking around either. I think the screaming passengers only happens with passenger missions. Some clouds out in the distance. Yeah, and I was talking about, I read this article in the latest issue of the New Yorker. I have put a link there, but here, let me put it there again. It's really interesting. It's talking about, you know, UFOs and UAPs and identified aerial phenomena. And I was talking to Elias the other day about it, about these things, and you know, there's things that people, a lot of stuff that people see out there can be explained, but quite a few of it can't. You know, they don't know what the heck it was, and there were multiple witnesses, so it's interesting to think about. I like to think that we're not alone in the universe here. I mean, I'm pretty much certain of it, because you play games like Elite Dangerous and you see how big our galaxy is and how many other Earth-like worlds there can be there, and that it's one of billions of infinitillions galaxies out there. It's, you know, I think it's pretty clear that there's plenty of time and space for other intelligent beings to have appeared. Hopefully they have a sense of humor and they're kind. I like to think also that with time we all become kinder. And we're kind to start with too. Getting quite high here. I'm at, wow. I don't usually fly higher than like 4,000 feet. I'm climbing quite a bit. But let's, I want to pass by those clouds, because one of my favorite things about this video game is the clouds, So let's just keep, we're pretty much just under their floor, the ceiling, the bottom of the clouds. So let's stay in this at this altitude. Try to remain here and see them from up close once you get close to Birmingham there. I think that's Birmingham under the cloud there. I believe I once landed in Birmingham because I went to Wolverhampton. Oh, we're gonna overfly Wolverhampton. Look at that. Maybe I should go low and do a. We're gonna overfly Wolverhampton. I did a photo workshop with this crazy photographer friend of mine called Bruce Gilden back in 2011, I believe. 2012 maybe? So I've spent time photographing around here on the city center of there's Darlington Street. I have a picture from Darlington Street. Litchfield Street, I have a picture there, and here's the Dudley Street is the main sort of shopping street. You have the Manders Center as a shopping mall. And the place where I did the photo workshop, I think, was in the Civic Center right here. I think this was where if I remember right. Maybe it was in the Civic Center, maybe it was in this building here. Now I don't remember. So that's, oh, let's get back here. I'm drifting a little bit to the, I don't know if I don't think there is roll trim in the Cessna. Maybe there is. But in the 152, I think maybe in the 172 they have it. I'm not certain. Yeah, after lunch, going to start a IL-2 Sturmovik career. Well, I started yesterday, I'm going to continue it. So we're going to have some, we're going to be flying over near Belgium, over France, in a Spitfire, as a lowly member of a fighter squadron, a Canadian fighter squadron, I think I picked. I didn't even know that it was a Canadian one until after I picked it, because I just picked one. And so we're gonna have some action. I actually got a kill. I got, at my first mission, I got one kill, and I got shot up too, but I managed to fly back to our airfield and land without destroying the airplane, which was really amazing to me. And it was so pleasurable to fly the Spitfire Mark 9 in IL-2 Sturmovik. I don't know what they've done in IL-2 Sturmovik, but it is looking amazing, that video game right now. That's the graphics. They've done little updates to the graphics, the explosions, the tracers. I think even the clouds. I don't know. It just, or maybe it's because I was, you know, my mind was a little bit altered when I was playing yesterday. But But it's really looking good. Beautiful, beautiful game of a strong feeling of flight. The best one in a combat sim, in my opinion, and this one is the best one in a civilian flight simulator. So DCS is excellent as well. It's just another golden age. I have an airfield there. Another golden age for flight simulators, ladies and gentlemen, that we're living in right now. Let's drop low and fly over and do a low pass over Wolverhampton, okay? Give some follows backs there to other people. Oh, I'm drifting. Watch out. Are we approaching Wolverhampton? Yes, we are. It's right next to Birmingham. Big, built-up area. Put our head out front. Look to the side here. There's Birmingham. And I think that's Wolverhampton right there. I'll just tell the doctor here next to me. No, it's a bit further up. This is Bromsgrove right underneath. Wolverhampton's like over there. And there's a windmill for us to fly by. Let's drop down low and see it up close. Throttle forward. And we're gonna do a close pass to that. These lovely windmills. Track IR can help you with your posture because you know you're more aware of. At least it makes me more aware of my posture because it affects what's happening on the screen on the stream, right? remember my mixture is low right here, so if I need to get a lot of power when I'm low, I have to remember that and then push it forward again. Let's do that right now. And we'll get some altitude again. We'll pass by Wolverhampton first and then we'll climb again. There's Walton Hill. Very pretty. I think the further you go north of England, once you pass Birmingham, I have a feeling that it gets less built up. Getting a little off track here to fly over Wolverhampton where I did a photo workshop. And she'll keep moving north. Looks like there's another windmill. I don't know why this is making me think of this, but there's when I was in the airport in Rome in Fiumicino waiting for the flight to fly back to New York City last month after visiting my mom. There was this guy, there were these people, there were quite a lot of people traveling in the airport, and there was these people like in the, in the waiting area inside the airport after you clear security. They have it's very nice. Fiumicino, they've done a great job with that new wing, and so there's a bunch of nice seats and almost like duvets for you to lie down on, and there was a bunch of people basically sleeping there. They probably had a flight was canceled, they had to get another one, or they had a long time to wait for their connection. I'm not sure, but it was this one guy and everyone's wearing masks. So there was this one guy, he was probably, I don't know, in his 60s, 70s, and he was lying down, he was lying down on his back on one of these duvets, and his mask, he moved it and it was covering his eyes. He was just like snoring. I just was laughing because no one was gonna wake him up like, put on your mask. The guy probably had enough. He put his mask on his eyes and he was like snoring like and people weren't staying very close to him. You're maintaining a 6 feet distance, but what the hell? Hey Bats, how's it going? Greetings, my good man. How the devil are you? Pip pip, sir. 1-2 boss. I'm doing good, Bats. Happy Friday. How are you doing? Watch out. I don't want to. Whoa. Almost got it. Okay. I like to be a little bit of a daredevil, but happy Friday. Bats, after lunch today, I started a IL-2 Sturmovik RAF career in a Spitfire 1944. So I'm gonna do that after lunch today. I got 1 kill in my first mission. I wasn't streaming it, unfortunately, but it was a lot of fun, so that'll mix it up. We got Microsoft Flight Simulator for the civilian stuff, and I'm gonna have IL-2 of Spitfires for some more action after lunch today. We are approaching Wolverhampton now, where I did a photo workshop back in 2011 or 2012, I forget. I think it was late 2011. On our flight up north to near Manchester to drop off a medic. Long flight, but I'm moving up north because I'm flying up north. I want to be up there because I want to go and land by my friend's house who lives up there. Not far from a town called Bingley in Leeds. Bat says, glad to hear it. One is back in space now, sir. Excellent. You're playing Star Trek Online. Fantastic, how is that? And I command of my own ship, an Enterprise-class cruiser, the one from the first 6 movies. That is awesome. I never played Star Trek Online. Is it good? Do you think it's worth getting into? I mean, I love Star Trek. I watched every episode in the original series and every episode in Next Generation. The other ones I watched a bit of Deep Space Nine here and there. But all the other ones, I watched the movies, including the new ones, all the movies. But I haven't really, and I watched Picard. I watched Picard, the last series, but the other ones I haven't watched. I heard Voyager is good, but I love Star Trek. You know. I think this is Wolverhampton. No, still not Wolverhampton. It's a pretty built-up area here. I'm on the right track for Wolverhampton, though. It's that over there. And if the music's too loud, just let me know, and I'll turn it down. This is about 40 miles away from me. Oh, perfect. Then I could visit you as well. If you want to give me an approximate address later, I mean, maybe not in this stream, but definitely this weekend or next week I am going to, because I'm playing Neofly, so basically I'm moving from here, then I'm going to make my base of operations up there, and I'm doing it as I do this medic mission, so I'm not just doing a transfer mission, I'm dropping off a medic to try to make a little money in the game as well, eventually get a E-172. So I could come and land by your, near where you live. I know you don't have to give me your exact address, obviously, for the sakes of privacy, but you can tell me a park nearby or something, or the nearest airfield. You're enjoying it. Has it been around a while? I should take a look at, because I mean, my friend Kerr, he loves Star Trek too. He's a fellow Trekkie, you know. So can you be a captain, but can you be like one of the red shirts and just go on missions to, you know, get killed? Try to fire phasers at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is Wolverhampton to the right here. I mean, no, I keep thinking that I'm there, but I think there's quite a bit of a headwind here because it's taken me a while. Okay, a bit further up. Nearest airport is Sheffield Doncaster Robin Hood Airport. That's excellent. It's called Robin Hood. Let me write that down. Let me make sure I'm trimmed here. I'll put on my notebook, my logbook here. I'll put a to-do to go and visit that. Okay. Sheffield, Doncaster, Robin Hood Airport. That'll be nice. Okay, we are near Wolverhampton now. Let's do a low fly past over Wolverhampton. There it is. That's the downtown, I think. Yeah, that's the downtown. Did you finish Horizon Zero Dawn, Bats, or you're playing it still? Another game I'm very interested in playing. Although I'm gonna stick with the flight sims, you know, and space sims. That's my first love, and I think that's where most of my streaming is gonna be done. Downtown Wolverhampton. I had some English breakfasts, I had some pints, had a lot of photographs. About a week I spent here. I went to a church, I went to I just walked around and talked to people a lot. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There's a nice old British roundabout and downtown Wolverhampton. I'll just do a quick little flyby here. A friend of mine in university. I had a colleague who was from Wolverhampton. Richard Polton. Hello, Richard. Oh, comfort bonus lost. It's alright. It's just a medic. I'm not really concerned about how comfortable this medic is with me here. A full English breakfast, sir. Beans, bacon, sausages, mushrooms, fried egg, fried bread. Very nice. I completely agree with you. I dream about those things. You know, I can't eat them all the time because you know, it's a lot of fried food, but I love them. I could eat it all the time. But then I would have to work in a farm or do like heavy work, you know, so that I don't become too heavy to be able to fly one of these little airplanes here. But in university, yeah, like fried bread, a couple of fried eggs, some bacon, you know, Cumberland sausages, some mushrooms, roasted tomatoes, maybe some hash browns, nice big mug of coffee, or you know, maybe if you drank too much the night before, hair of the dog, you just have another pint here in England. My university days, you know, some good friends, including this gentleman I'm going to go to visit up north here, Tony. I met him at university. He was my best friend in uni. El Booty J is out there again. I think I saw El Booty J yesterday. And have Heinz, not Hans, 360. Dancing Queen, 9er49ers up there in the sky. A full English breakfast in the morning, you don't need to eat again all day. Indeed, sir. Right, almost halfway there. So Wolverhampton was almost halfway there. A nice little surprise. I didn't think I was going to fly over Wolverhampton today. All right, let's lean out that fuel again. I'm going to keep on, because I put full power again because I was flying at a lower altitude. Okay, keep an eye on that dial there. I'm gonna pull this mixture control. When I see it drop, then I'll push it in again a little. Lean it out the fuel. So change the fuel mixture of this this piston engine. Soon it's all gonna be electric, probably. A lot is gonna be electric, but there you go. See, we went down to 34%. We're using much less fuel. We still have the same power because we kept an eye over there. As we get higher, we can lean it more because there's less air pressure on the engine. If I understand it correctly, I'm an amateur, so... I did find a link with really amazing illustrations about how, you know, combustion engines work. I'll try to put it on the chat here. Eblan loves mushrooms. I love mushrooms too. Yesterday I had a burger here in the United States, here in New York City. I went to an Irish pub because you know, I have my my vaccine. I have to do the second one, so you know, but you know, all the windows were open, set outside, and they all in New York City, they're building all these places outside now. I hope that stays after the pandemic is over. I hope we don't have to, you know, just have 2 million cars parked on the road again. I hope that all these lovely extensions to restaurants that have been happening remain a feature of the cityscape here in New York. But I sat outside and I had a Bronx burger. Meat, Swiss, caramelized onions, and some very nicely cooked mushrooms with a side of salad. I could have had French fries, but that would have been too much for me. You know, I love French fries, but it can get a little... Oh, look at that nice lake there. If you're eating a big burger and then you add fries to it, I probably wouldn't have been able to... And a pint, you know, had a nice IPA, then you probably won't be able to walk out of the place afterwards, or then you just have to have another beer, and then it's gonna get expensive. All right. Chicago here. That's awesome. I've been to Chicago once. Do you fly this game as well, Yiblan? I've been to Buddy Guy's Legends Blues Club in Chicago. I saw his brother play there, Phil Guy. And he was still alive. You had mushrooms on your burger yesterday too. That's awesome. That's a nice coincidence. Too much, need to bike it off after work. I hear I need to do my exercise. I have to go for my walk today and then I have to do my exercise. My 7-minute exercise. You fly him at... Excellent. All right. Not at the moment. I'm working, but usually. Excellent. Yeah, my partner Amber, she's from Michigan. You know, but once we did a trip together, and she's in Michigan right now, actually. So I'm home alone here at home. That means there's gonna be a lot more streaming this weekend, especially late into the night. And we traveled from New York City. We did a road trip to California back in 2005. 3-month, just a road trip. You know, we were both more like more hippies. Beat up old car. It was an amazing experience, and we spent one night in Chicago, maybe 2 nights. I don't know. I think it was 1 or 2 nights. And we went to Buddy Guy's Legends. Watched some blues. Weather's starting to look nice. This game, as Shipa said yesterday, really gives you or the other day, it gives you a feeling of being on a journey because the weather is changing. They can see some rain clouds, like some sheets of rain coming down there. As you're moving across the landscape of this beautiful planet we live in, you keep seeing the weather change. There's a rainbow. Can you see that rainbow over there? Look at that. Very pretty. Pretty city, really good food too, and music. Chicago, right? Yeah. I love music from Chicago. I had some amazing pizzas there. That's Chicago deep dish, deep pan. I have to go back. Remember we walked around that giant mirrored sculpture by the water there. You have canals in Chicago. You have the elevated trains. It is a pretty city, and you have great music, great Chicago blues, and other stuff too. I'm sure. I love the blues, and there you go, rainbow, ladies and gentlemen. Newcastle under Lyme is the next sort of large area we're going to be larger built up area that we're going to, not as large as where we just flew over, but built up area up there. We're passing by Stafford to our right here. Oh, are those solar panels? That looks like a lot of solar panels out there. Look at that. You start seeing a little bit of rain. Maybe, I think those are greenhouses. Very pretty. I love the weather changes in this. The changing weather. Couple more of those giant windmills. Isn't the world beautiful? We make these big windmills that can generate electricity, and they generate quite a lot of electricity. And as we get better and better at with solar panels, I mean, there's been some breakthroughs the past 10 years that the efficiency has really gone up. I think we're going to be able to harvest all our energy from the sun not too long from now. Very nice lighting effects. You can see a bit of rain. There's a bit of rain starting to hit the windshield now. I'll try to turn on the simulation down a little higher. And maybe you don't want me to keep seeing me change to all this. I don't know if people mind seeing me out-tab to other stuff. Maybe I should just leave it the game, but if it bothers you, just let me know and I'll just leave it capturing only the game. Turn the game sound up a little bit so you can hear the pattering rain on our cockpit here. I love weather. Makes you feel alive. Some pots of gold down there somewhere on that field. We have stone to our right. And there's another mission here to drop a medic there, drop off a medic there, but that's not the one I'm doing. The one I'm doing is up there near Bolton. Not far from Manchester. Oh. Breaking through this little weather system here. Beautiful. Oops. And you can see how the light just changes. You can see, like, back there, for example, it's raining, it's still dark, but right here the clouds have passed. Also some freshly washed trees and forests and fields and streets and paths and footways. Pretty country England, very beautiful. Especially in spring and in summer. I mean, if you have a lot of snow, it's beautiful in winter too. It's a beautiful land here. Some people transporting goods on the ground as well. And this game kind of confirms my preference and my appreciation for games that have a foot in the real world, are based in the real world, like Elite based on our galaxy, you know, of elements of fiction as well, but it's just nice to be able to go somewhere that really exists in reality, that's based on that exists in reality. Icebird, a prediction, all right, 120 a landing prediction, negative 121.54. How are you doing, Icebird? Thanks for your guess, as Sim Toolkit Pro bot has already said. On my bike doing some sports, excellent, like your indoor bike. Have a good bike ride. I won't ask you too many questions to distract you. I'll just keep talking. 40 kilometers started now. Okay. How long does that take you? Do you ever play here? I said I was gonna not ask a bunch of questions. Here I'm asking a bunch of questions. I'll just ask you one question. Do you play Microsoft Flight Simulator while running on your bike? Can you do that? Hey Timmy, how you doing? Happy Friday. 1.5 hours. Wow, I do a 7-minute exercise and I get tired, you know. I used to play a lot of basketball, and you know, I'm in okay shape, you know. I mean, I'm not overweight, but yeah, I would need to do a lot of training if I was gonna play a full court basketball game and survive these days. Timmy, thanks so much for your prediction too. I hope that Don't ask me afterwards. All right. I'm not gonna ask you any questions. Any more questions? All right. Oh, we're not too far. Check our fuel level. Oh, I forgot to turn all my lights. Look at this. What a amateur pilot. Jeez. This thing here, I think, what I like about this plane too is like a 1970s airplane, so everything looks like it's from the 1970s. Now, like this thing looks like a bit of a Star Trek communicator thing, this little radio thing here is the phone. All right. Questions always welcome, typing errors also, copy that. I keep trying to fly through a rainbow here, but I can never get to it. You know, I want to fly through it. One of the last Star Trek movies, or was it the first one that they did with the new, new actors? Tragically, Chekhov died. The actor that played Chekhov died tragically. A freak car accident. And I think that I think it was that Star Trek, or maybe it was the original one. They had that like a spectrum colors, you know, the rainbow colors for the branding, and I thought it was a really excellent. I wanted a poster. If they can find it. Don't crash, Mr. Hyper Crash Hero. No, I'm still Hypertext Hero. If I crash, whenever I crash, I change my call sign to Hyper Crash Hero. Or Hyper Crash 0 if it gets worse. That is a rule now. If I crash for the next flight, until I don't crash, until I complete a landing, I complete a mission in Neofly, I change my call sign for Hyper Crash Hero so you can actually hear the tower calling me Hyper Crash Hero, you know. Let's turn to Manchester approach here and just confirm that I'm Hypertext Hero right now.
Hypertext Hero 1 Manchester approach continue as planned. Altimeter
29er. And guess what? I donated another 20 bucks to Neofly today, and I have all the latest. This over here. I'll tab to it now, but I have all the latest 3D objects for these missions now, all the latest sound files, so we might be seeing something new here. Beautiful, beautiful cruising here in Microsoft Flight Simulator on this Friday, the 7th of May, 2021. Today is a good day, and I hope your day is going well and you have some nice food to look forward to. I've been lazy. I ate out yesterday again. I didn't even tell Amber. She might be watching soon. It's like, you know, it's you know, we usually always eat at homes, and I'm gonna I eat at home for lunch, but when I have the chance to now that things are opening up here a little bit, and I get that craving for a burger and for a pint, I go to this Irish bar here called not too far away, Tubby Hook. Icebird bought the Bell 47G. Fantastic. The one that that Forder was flying, right? Way harder to fly than the Airbus. Really? Well, the Airbus is probably more automated, right? Of the Bell 47. I think that was the first helicopter to get a helicopter license ever. I've seen one up close because they have one hanging in the Museum of Modern Art here in New York City. Here, let me try to put a link to that. Beautiful helicopter. And if I start talking too loud, just please tell me, like, hey, you're shouting, what the hell? Because I'm trying to learn to keep my voice. You know, if I get excited, like Timmy Thumb scares me by flying close to me all of a sudden, then I will shout and get excited. But yeah, while I'm doing this, MoMA, what is it? Bell 47. There you go. Maybe I'll get this chopper too. It's a beautiful helicopter. I mean, it's a work of art. It's hanging in the MoMA now. It's a beautiful machine, right? I mean, if you think that everything is hanging in the MoMA is a work of art, right? Not necessarily, but I agree that this helicopter is a work of art, and maybe I'll get it too. Although I am excited about what Martin said about the BN2 Islander. That apparently is imminent. As soon as that's out, I may wait and get in the marketplace just to make sure that it shows that I have it and I get updates, because I love that airplane. I flew in the airplane when I was a kid. That's gonna probably become my main airplane in this flight sim as soon as it comes out, the BN2 Islander. And I think I'm gonna release it with a paint kit, so I'm gonna be able to paint, do a crazy like skin for it, paint job, livery. Even your bots are so nice. From whom did they get it? Oh, I try to be nice, Icebird, you know. I used to be more of a pessimist. And I still, you know, I think it's... Oh, look at that pretty field there. It's good to have, I think, a healthy negative view of things, but not in a negative way that you're like... You're a pain to be around, you know. So I try to be happy and to really every day say thanks for one good thing that happened that day. Or many good things, but at least one every day. You know, at least I didn't get hit by a, you know, well, getting hit by a bolt of lightning would be kind of exciting, I think, in a way. Maybe it'll give you superpowers. But, you know, at least today, a meteor didn't hit Earth and end all life here. I don't know. Some days are harder than others to find a good thing, I must admit, but I can't complain. Right now, that's why I put today is a good day. Oh, look at that big thing there. There's some big, I think that's like, is that the SETI, Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, one of the antennas? That is a custom thing. Let's go check it out. I'm just running into landmarks here now. Look at that. What is that? Can I turn this on and see from here? That's very kind of you to say thank you, Icebird. You're admirable too, sir. We're gonna go fly past this thing. Awesome man. Oh no, awesome man 116. How's that for a... Hey man, that's awesome. Smoggy Fiber 1628's out there. We got Piloto F 152 out there. 152. When do you start my private pilot's license? Good question. I'm gonna make a decision about that in end of September, I think, because a lot of decisions are gonna have to be made in September. Unemployment assistance is ending here. I have some money saved up, but do I want to go and spend it, a bunch of it, on a private pilot's license here? You know, they say at least $10,000 if you find somewhere cheap here. Hopefully soon, but you know, I'm in no rush, but better sooner than later, right? Do you actually do it? All right, look at this. I don't know what this is, but we can look at it afterwards. It's some radar station. Maybe maybe it's like the, not Arapuco. What was the one that unfortunately collapsed recently? We're gonna do a little diversion there. Beautiful, like a radio telescope. Looks like. Oh shit! Power! Forgot my mixture. And the wind. There's a pretty strong headwind. The wind. I think that was a sudden tailwind there. Excuse me. I'm very curious about that Bell helicopter, though. That's, you know, one of the flight sims I loved when I was in university was a Longbow 2, Jane's Longbow 2. You could fly like a Kiowa Kiowa Warrior, I think. Beautiful. And you could fly the longbow, the Apache longbow. All right. Some radio telescope, or maybe for the search of extraterrestrial life intelligence. Have you ever has anybody here in the stream ever seen something in the sky you couldn't explain, like a unidentified flying object or unidentified aerial phenomena? I did once. I think it was a star looking back, and it was basically an illusion that it was something much brighter and much closer because it was such a clear night in northern Spain when I was doing this walk to Santiago de Compostela. I didn't do it for religious reasons, I just did it for, you know, to do the walk. And I was walking, I left with my friend early. I was telling Elias the story the other day because he asked me. We left this town not far from Santiago de Compostela early in order to try to get the next. It was a uphill climb, beautiful area, but lots of very forested area. And we left before sunrise, and it was we left at probably like 4 in the morning. It was very dark, and we were walking through this forest path, and the trees were high up. There were tall trees both sides of the path, and the stars were so bright. It was such a clear night. But I kept looking up, and I kept seeing the star that looks like it was getting closer, and it looked really bright. It looked like it kept following us almost. So we started getting afraid, and we started walking really fast, almost like half running with our backpacks. And that was the closest I've seen to a unidentified aerial phenomena. It looked like there was some orb close to us, but I think it may have been optical illusion because of the trees, and it was a star that was super bright. Can't be sure. We walked fast until we got off that path and with trees above us, and we didn't see it follow us. So. Okay, remember that I pushed my mixture all the way in, so whoa, getting a bit of a losing some frames here. Okay, now it seems to be clear again. Sometimes you have these glitch because remember, as Microsoft Flight Simulator is loading all this. It's like you don't get all this scenery from the start in your computer. That would be like you wouldn't have a computer that could fit it all in. It would be, who knows, Google bytes of stuff. So it's streaming from the internet all this satellite view continuously. So sometimes I feel that maybe the network connection can also affect the frame rate. That's a hypothesis. I haven't tested it. Did you ever see the orbit which flies around the Earth? Yeah, I've seen. You mean the International Space Station? I've seen a bunch of satellites. Yeah, I've seen the International Space Station, especially. There's times that you get like this flash from it when the sun is low, and you get like a big like flash in the sky. You know, that's pretty awesome to see. There's some websites that you can use to track that stuff. So yeah, I've seen those things. Yeah, it's so fast, right? I mean, we have so much stuff orbiting the planet now. It's kind of almost scary how much stuff is out there. Amber's mom lives in a very rural area of Michigan, and she just ordered Starlink, a Dishy. Hasn't received it yet, but they have very slow internet, and expensive satellite internet there. But now with the Starlink from SpaceX, that's about to change. I've been hearing great things about it. Easy to install, really fast satellite internet access, apparently. It's like $500 one-time fee. 500 or 600, I think, and then and then 100 per month, which is pretty good if you get fast internet, you know, for people that never have had access to it. Yeah, the International Space Station. You know what I saw? Was it last year or was it the year before? it was the year before. I think it was last year. Now I forget that comet. I saw that comet. Yeah, I probably have a picture of it. Trying to trim the airplane here. More or less level flight. Yeah, there's a... Oh, balloons, really? In the United States, or is that the Google ones? I had heard of that Google project. I thought that they had ended it. Or is it another company? Approaching Awesome Man 116. Let's get back to that. What was it? 340 bearing. Can see me Flight Radar 24. Awesome. That would be a nice addition to Microsoft Flight Simulator. Balloons that you can fly near. I mean, they're probably very high, right, if they serve internet. Little lakes, some little round buildings. There looks like a bit of a water treatment plant, or maybe it's just a plantation. A round-shaped plantation. Most likely a water treatment plant for this. Is this Manchester? Yeah, Greater Manchester up here, ladies and gentlemen. There's Manchester, big city. Maybe South Africa and South Atlantic. And when you click, you can see the path. I'll check it out. Flight Radar 24, huh? I don't want to open my browser right now because Flight Radar 24 will kill my my i5 processor, all the stuff I have running. But I'll check it out. I was in this flight 2019, so 2 years ago. You know, the usual going to see to visit my mom in Rome from New York City. It was a Norwegian Airlines wet leased flight because their 787s had problem with the Rolls-Royce engine, and so they were leasing other. Oh, there's someone over there. Looks like Glackaby. There was someone. So they had to rent other airplanes to be able to keep us serving during their flights. And I was flying from New York to Rome. It was night and we were about to cross the Atlantic. We were 70 miles into the Atlantic crossing from Newfoundland, and the pilot turned around and did an emergency landing at Gander. That was scary. It's my second emergency landing in my life. I did one in the BN2 Islander. I was flying in one. I wasn't flying the plane because I was 4 years old. In the Brazilian Cerrado. But I later saw on Flight Radar 24 the radar track of that flight. I can probably put a link to it after. Yeah, scary experience, It makes you try to appreciate every moment and realize that, you make the best of every day. Hypercheck Hero. Maybe when you click it, you can see the path. 1-2 boss. Hey, 1-2 the boss. Happy Friday. All right, we're approaching where we have to drop off this medic here. We got a couple of predictions, I think, from Icebird and from Timmy Thumb, I put a prediction on the beginning of the flight just to test the bot. I'm not in the running. One, two, boss. Hey, gonna be boss. Because if you're not boss, someone else will be boss. So it's good to be boss. Think for yourself. Find your... Have some critical thought and some sense of humor. And yeah, don't believe everything you read in the news or in books or other people tell you. You gotta make your own decision about things, right? I'm not saying that the information that you can get out there is not good. There's a lot of good information, but it is good generally to get it from many different sources and make up your own mind. And preferably, you know, scientific people that good to listen to people that use a scientific method to think or figure things out. Although scientists don't know everything either, you know. There's so much we don't know. And here we are. And one of the things we don't know is where the heck am I... Oh, probably gonna land that field there. Alright. Oh, there's plenty of room. There's quite a few fields. That one looks good. North Bolton, here we are. Let me put my mixture, before I forget, my mixture back to full. 100%. Inject all this fuel into the engine to give us the power we need as we're approaching this medical emergency drop-off point for me to touch down, land, stop the plane, let the medic out. Where are we? There. Not far. Bolton, UK, I believe. Yes, I'm making sure to make the best of my day by watching your stream. Hey Tim, I appreciate you being here, but hey, if it's a nice day, get the hell out of here, go for a walk, you know. I don't know if you live near a park or something. Are you streaming tonight, Tim? I'll come watch your stream. Typical win-win thing. I mean, I'm curious about my audience, you know. I think that when I had an office job, I'd spend a lot of time reading blogs. There wasn't streams those days, it was blogs, you know. So I read a lot of blogs and commented and stuff and about a lot of video games, you know, because when you're working, unless you're like, I don't know, flying a B-47, hopefully, thankfully that doesn't happen anymore, you know. There's a lot of time for you to, you know, listen in, and it's kind of like tuning to a radio, and I'm thinking that I want to make my stream more like a radio station. But yeah, I'm curious. Maybe I should start making some polls about what people like, what they don't like. I know that people like flight simulators, people like flying games. I love them too, so that's going to be the focus of this stream. Anything that, you know, you control a flying machine, whether it's a spaceship, a flight simulator, Cessna, Spitfire, F-16 maybe soon. Although I'm thinking about the F-18. Because, you know, when Top Gun comes out, when Top Gun 2 comes out, then I'm going to want to fly the F-18, so might as well jump in there already. I think that's going to be our landing point, ladies and gentlemen, right around there, by that lake. If I'm not, there's a Delft Reservoir. That's the Delft Reservoir. Maybe there was an accident there, and that's where we're going to be landing to get the medic down. There's a bit of a wind coming. I can feel it in the airplane coming from the northwest, I believe. I certainly said it in jest, but it truly is amazing how we are able to meet such great people through Twitch. That's very kind of you to say, Timmy, and the feeling is mutual, sir. It is a digital meeting place.
You are less than 3 miles from the drop zone. Find a way to land.
All right, let's find a way to land. And I think I'm gonna do my plan. I'm gonna land. That's like a mount. You know what that looks like? That looks like a landfill. I'm gonna land. Should I land on the landfill or should I land on the little... You get a bonus the closest you land to the... if I land there. Should I try that? I think I'm gonna go on the landfill. It's too risky otherwise. I don't want to have flown all this way to, you know. Let's put down 10 per, down a bit of flaps. That's close enough. We'll land at the landfill and then we'll taxi in there. Okay. Although, you know, landing in a landfill doesn't sound so. Maybe I can make it. I mean, there's some ditches there. Look at that. Let's do a low pass first. It's a crashed airplane. That's why they call the doctor. I guess they didn't have doctors that here in Bolton, so I think I see some new things. There's a little ambulance. All right. I'm worried about that because it looks like a lot of ditches and stuff. So I think the landfill is gonna have to be it unless I decide on this road here. Looks pretty straight. La Clan land. Okay. Should I try the road? I mean, the road there's cars. That's dangerous. I think I'm just gonna go, yeah, landfill. All right. I did a little, I'm being patient here. I did a little flyabout to gauge my options. And I decided on the landfill. I mean, they generally keep the landfills pretty padded down, right, with like bulldozers and stuff. So it almost looks like a runway. Better land near, maybe. Okay, do you want me to try to land closer? I mean, it's pretty close. The landfill is close to it. It's within 2 nautical miles for sure. Let me do I'm gonna do a very low pass over it. And try to gauge what the ground is looking like there, and then maybe I can make this landing over here from this direction. I'm not gonna land right now. I'm just doing a low pass to take a look at the ground to see if there's some ditch that's gonna make the wing flip over. I don't know. What do you think? Looks a little iffy. 2 nautical miles, so I think I'm gonna do the landfill. That's close. That's much closer than 2 nautical miles. Land within 2.5 nautical miles from the drop zone. I know, yeah. Hey, maybe they needed a specialist, you know. Maybe the pilot of the airplane had a laugh attack and he can't stop laughing, and there's some and the doctor is a pro at maybe making people stop laughing, and the doctor was down at Fairford, wherever it was. All right, here comes, ladies and gentlemen. Short field landing, full flaps and slip. All right. All right, I'm gonna take the audience request. I'm just gonna risk this, okay? There may be a ditch that's gonna flip the plane over. Maybe the doctor's a psycho. Yeah, that's what Shipa was saying yesterday. Okay, I have full flaps down. I'm gonna just risk going in this stuff here. It may be a ditch, but I think it seemed more or less okay. Oh, quite bumpy, quite bumpy.
Secure the plane with a parking brake.
What was it? Timmy! An applause for Timmy Thumb, ladies and gentlemen. He has taken the lead here. Oh, there's a ditch right here. Look at that. How are you doing, Shipa? Happy Friday. What is this, a 152? think so. Oh, here we go.
From dispatch. Good job, pilot. You saved a life today. Find a way to come back.
All right, here's some of the new graphic stuff. Oh, look, she's quite cute. Fantastic. Oh, there's another one. Look at that. It got a bit down. It's like, you know, down in the ground there. Let me turn this music down. That's how it's becoming like a dance club here. Steep landing, steep learning curve. Yeah, I saw Forder. Thanks so much, Icebird. I saw Forder yesterday, or the day before, doing that forward slip landing in that crazy airfield full of trees around it, and that was a great landing he did. I was like, wow, this guy, yeah, he's pretty good. Let me slow down my drone camera here, and let's get close to this. This oh, who is this guy? Look at that. Oh, can't control the drone camera anymore. I don't know why. Whoa, totally. Oh, I have to move it. Can't control the drone camera anymore. Since when is first aid burying them? Maybe that's why they call the dogs. Like, are you sure they need to bury? Maybe you know, maybe they put a stake through their heart and it's a vampire. Right now, they couldn't save the person. They skipped directly to burial. An applause for Timmy, for Sheepa, for Icebird. A couple of new followers, also Lazy Bear Bear and Yudlan. So many buildings. Alright, so now I have plenty of fuel. I can't, for some reason I lost control of my drone here. Oh, here we go. I'm back. I don't know what was going on. Look at this. This is probably, maybe this is like the girlfriend of the developer or something, because they got some, it's like Valheim. This looks like a Valheim character. It looks like Valheim. It's my R1 character in Valheim. Yeah, this guy was like, sorry, you know. Oh, he's a serious guy. Look, this is an operator type. This looks like the guy, it looks like the Jensen guy from Deus Ex. You got Jensen here. Alright, let's do a screenshot here. Some of the new, I donated $20 again today to Neofly, which allowed me to download the latest 3D objects, and here are some of them, ladies and gentlemen. There's a screenshot. I'm gonna take this opportunity to take a little bathroom break, and when I'm back, I'm gonna take off, and we're going to that's the killer, the mansion killer. When I'm back, we're gonna fly to what was it, EGVA, because that's near my friend, where my friend lives, and we're gonna try to find that airfield. We're gonna take off and take, I think, a southeast course up here to I don't know, somewhere up there. I'll look at it when we get closer. But I'll take a bathroom break. I'll be right back. Thanks for being here. Wishing you, I hope you're all having an excellent Friday. Don't get too tired running, Icebird. Don't forget to, you know, eat a big bowl of French fries afterwards or something. Be right back. Back. All right, let's try to find out where EGOX is. And that's gonna be our new little base of operations because it's close to my friend Tony's house. Which I'm gonna have to sort of look at my other little computer here. Oxenhope. It's near Bradford, okay? So where's Bradford? It seems like... Okay, there's Bradford. It should be west of Bradford. Okay. It's gonna be up here somewhere. So that's gonna be what? About 65 degrees. Maybe like 60 degrees from my position. There's Bingley. Yeah, I'm looking at my compass rose that I have on my wall here. Okay, about 60 degrees. I'll take this opportunity to put this... if you want a compass rose to use for your flight simulators, ladies and gentlemen. I made one that that you can download and print out, and you can actually put it on your screen if you want. Maybe I did. Did I do a command for this? I should, because I often put this link. There you go. I did do a command. I just forgot. All right, so we're gonna take a bearing of 60 degrees to get to Oxenhope. Maybe I can take a look at my oh, clear of runway? What? No. What the heck? It's confused because it thinks that I landed. Okay, I'm just gonna talk on the radio again when I take off, I guess. Oh, you're very welcome, Iblon. I mean, I didn't invent, obviously, the compass rose with back azimuth. I had read about it, but then I work as a graphic designer, and I wanted to make one that was like anyone can print out on a sheet of paper. And if you put the sheet of paper up against your screen, the screen brightness, you actually can see through it, so you can actually can use it. You know, it's a very manual way of doing things, but I enjoy doing things in a manual way with pieces of paper and stuff, because otherwise it's just too many screens. All right, we're gonna take off somehow. I think I'm gonna taxi back that way and aim this way and take off this way, because the wind was coming here from the northwest. All right, let's go. Take a look. There's a ditch here. I'm just gonna basically when I'm using the outside view here. Let me put on the brake again. When I'm using the outside view, it's in effect when you're on the ground, especially, it's in effect like a simulation of, you know, if I was gonna do this takeoff in real life, I wouldn't just point the plane direction and put full power and take off. I would get out of the plane and I'd go for a walk to see what's out there, to see if there's a rock or there's like a ditch that's going to cause me trouble. And look at this, there was a ditch here. I was worried about it, but I think I may have just been lucky to have missed it, because maybe it didn't affect, but look at that. I don't know if this level of land modeling, they have to have those world updates. I suspect that maybe they do to give this level, because look, this ditch is actually modeled in 3D here. This is how I crashed the other day when I was taking off from one of these medic missions. I hit a ditch and the plane went... Alright. So, yeah, I have to keep this stuff take this stuff into consideration here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to climb up there. The takeoff is going to be the challenge here. I think, yeah, if I taxi back this way, through this natural little land bridge between these two ditches here, and I taxi all the way, like here maybe, and then let's see, and point that way. Hopefully that would give me enough runway to take off. I think that'll be enough. There's a tree there, but if I can get in the air before that tree, I can go to the right of it. But I have to take off before I hit this, because that's a ditch. I'm not good at estimating distances, like but I think that should be enough. So that's the plan, okay? Taxi all the way home. This is why a car was invented. I could taxi the heck out of here into this road too. And take off from the road. I could taxi down here and point at this road here, and maybe that's a good idea. Yeah, I think that might be a less risky. Although it is uphill, huh? That road is an incline, so that adds another. Oh, the pretty house, like you can the glass reflects the sky. That's pretty cool. I think I'm gonna stick with my plan. I mean, I managed to land here and stop a pretty short way. I think I'm gonna try this plan. That little land bridge that I'm gonna have to clear, that's the trickiest bit. I have to make sure that I... alright. Let's do it. Okay, brakes off. Track IR on. Well, let's hold on the brakes again. Let me make sure my flaps are set. About 10 degrees. Mixture is 100. All right. Oh, and I forgot. I have to add Timmy Thumb to the. Once I line up here, I'll quickly add Timmy Thumb. I'll give Timmy Thumb one extra point there, so he's gonna go to the top of the list. Yeah. You mean a real drone or just I see kids flying drones sometimes in the park here near where I live. Let's look at a bit higher. Here's a little land bridge I was talking about. There's a ditch to the left of it, and there's a big ditch to the right of it. So I have to speed up and pass on that little land bridge, not on the ditches. Predict plus 100. I don't know if we can predict takeoffs, but I think it's landings only. But that's a question, actually. Is it possible to land with a positive feet per minute? If you're like landing with a runway that's on a mountain, maybe that's uphill. I don't think it's possible, right? It has to be a negative one because you're putting yourself down. I was confused about that. It has to be a negative landing rate, I think, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Question for the audience. Is it possible to land with a positive landing rate? I mean, maybe if you're upside down or something. Look, another ditch right here. Jeez. Is that an actual ditch or is that just the texture? I'm confused now. Try to get back a little bit more here, a little bit higher. Give us a little bit more speed. Okay, now another check. Let me leave it here. Alright, I'm gonna put the brakes on and we're gonna do another check. Yeah, minus down, positive up. Yeah, positive, it's like, that's takeoff. But I don't know, I don't think they measure that, right? Only the landing rate, not the takeoff rate. Okay, so I'm gonna follow basically this line here, which is a ditch. But I'm gonna stay to the right of it, then cross this little natural land bridge. Keep going and hopefully be in the air by the time and not crash into a big fireball into the ambulance or the fire truck. Where I just dropped off the medic, okay. I think I have the injured person with me now, right? So, and I don't think I have to go to my original airport. I think I can complete the mission by going to another airport. I suspect that I'm not sure about. We're gonna find out. All right, wish me luck. So Neofly does wrong the last time when I landed. Most times at upward slip and had about plus 300. Ah, interesting. Let me see. Did Neofly? Here's the log. I'm waiting for landing zone takeoff. Yeah, Neofly recorded minus 258. Let me go before I forget. Put the Tim on the ranks here. But what's it called? I guess either Microsoft Flight Simulator or SimToken Pro recorded my last landing at minus 217. So yeah, there's a little bit of a discrepancy there. But who knows? I'm just gonna. Let me quickly go to update the leaderboard here. But don't forget, Timmy Thumb on the lead now. Icebird for all in second place. Cheapo in third and 25 clocks in fourth. I'm giving my computer a command to publish that. And Opa! Bindas. And now we're gonna take off finally. Alright. Alright, take off. If we manage to take off, we're gonna take a bearing of 060 towards that airfield, whatever it's called. Okay, ready? Alright, I'm basically aiming at pretty much aiming at that at the red thing, at the crash plane with the fire truck on top. I have to go right there. Stay to the right of that thing. Let's see if we can do it. What? I will unfollow. Yeah. Timmy Thumb is in the lead now. All right, here we go. Ready? Go. Go.
Fly safe.
Oh, no problem, no problem. Quite a lot of wind, huh? Coming from the direction. On takeoff, he took all 3 people with him and they passed away. Yeah, plenty of wind here. Here's the reservoir. There it is. A reservoir, okay. I'll do a turn into the wind. And then I'm going to turn back and do a low fly bye-bye. Fly past over the accident area there. Bye-bye. Oh. Okay, and here's the... I'm pretty certain that this is a landfill. One day it'll be a gold mine for historians of the future. Alright, 060 I said. Let's see. Let's turn to 060. Around there. And now let's soft field takeoff. Thank you, Icebird. It was pretty nice. I mean, I was lucky that there's a strong wind, so I didn't even have to worry about crashing into those emergency vehicles. Managed to clear it right before. Okay, cheer nearest airport list. Bryn Gates, not Bill Gates. Middlebank Top Farm. We're looking for EGOX. Here it is, Oxenthorpe Airfield. That's where we're gonna go. Okay, I'm not gonna select runway just yet because we're far from it, but I just wanted to see that that it was there.
Manchester approach hypertext Hero 1 is type Cessna 152 7 miles southwest of Echo Golf Romeo Whiskey. Request flight following.
Hypertext Hero 1 Manchester approach. Squawk 0304.
Let's squawk 0304 to acknowledge the squawk code.
Squawk 0304 hypertext Hero 1.
Hypertext Hero 1 radar contact.
Airport also got divorced. Yeah, everyone's talking about Bill Gates' divorce. What's gonna happen with the Bill and Linda Gates Foundation? I guess it'll just keep going. Acknowledge that's me.
Hypertext Hero 1.
They got me on the radar screens. And look, more windmills out here. You know, what's up with all these powerful, rich tech men? Bezos got divorced, now Bill Gates got divorced. Maybe next is, what, the Facebook guy. Okay, let's see how our track is doing. Oh, I'm drifting. It's quite a win here. I'm already drifting to the north. Look at that. I want to stay at 060. Thank you very much to arrive to this EGOX airfield. Oxford. No, not Oxford. Now I forgot. Let me look at it again. That's why you write things down. Oxenhope International Airfield. Oxenhope, UK. That's where we're headed right now. It's the closest airfield I could find to where my friend Mr. Jones lives. Did you put the squawk in the radio? No, I didn't. I just did it here. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I have to figure out how to do that stuff eventually if I don't want to use this. I just always use this thing here. But I know that basically you would go in here, right? And you would, is this it, the identification? This where you put the squawk code right here? I have to learn all this stuff. Let's see, 03, is that what they had? Let's see. What was the squawk code? 03404, yeah, there you go, 0304, you know. I can change that manually if I want.
Hypertext Hero 1 verify squawking 0304.
Oh, cool, look at that. You do it here and it tells you. That's funny. You see that when I started doing it here? That's awesome. Yeah, I love talking on the radio and stuff. I have to get better at it. I know you sent me that that utility iceberg, but I think it's a little too much for me, that one. Okay, we're going to near Bradford. There it is. There it is. There it is. Oxenhope. There's supposed to be an airfield there somewhere. Oops. Let me turn off track IR so I don't go crazy. We are flying towards Oxenhope. There's supposed to be it's called oxenhopeairfield.co.uk. There's a website. Big AAC is watching. You know, they're like, hey, you messing around with your squawk code? Because basically that's a code that lets them know that that's you, right? They have someone on a radar. I have to read up on all this stuff. Where the heck is this airfield? Might be a little bit further from it. We'll find out. Oh, here we go. There's an actual. I think it's a grass strip, huh? Upward Holiday. It's by Upward Holiday Park. Okay, we're drifting north again because of that wind. We dropped off the medic, and I think we have an injured person here, and we're taking them to Oxenhope Airfield. This is where we're gonna land, ladies and gentlemen. Here you go. If I can get this. Oxenhope Airfield.co.uk. Real place. There it is. We're right here. Let's nearest. Let's go to. Here you go. Runway for landing. I'm assuming it's gonna be, I don't know, something like 100 or something. Let's see. That's my guess. Let's see. Ah, 70. Okay. The wind, I think I said it was coming from the northwest, right? So there's gonna be a crosswind landing probably. Let's find it first, and then we'll select the runway. There it is, EGOX. We have all sorts of GPS stuff to help us along. Pretty area. There's like some mountains, moors, lakes, reservoirs. Like some Highlanders here. As we go north, we get closer and closer to the land of Highlanders, Scotland, the land of the Scots. In the latest New Yorker, you also have an article about the person in charge of the leading political party there, and apparently they're gonna push for another referendum to leave the UK. I mean, it's always a long shot, right? But they'll keep pushing. There's the cemetery. Should I take these people right to the cemetery? I mean, it looked like they were burying them there already. What the heck? I'm having trouble. I don't know where this is. I'm just gonna have to use the flight simulator thing. Maybe here? Here it is. I think this is it. This is it right there. It's a little grass runway. There it is. All right. That's it. That's gonna be the airfield. It's nice to be able to find it visually. Here, we're going straight at it, almost. Flying over some, I think this looks like another reservoir down here. Yeah, look at this system of dams over here. I don't know if it's hydroelectric. Probably. Throw him out over the cemetery. Leave UK joining you. Yeah, that's what the Scots want to do. Apparently a lot, the majority, from polls they're saying the majority, but who knows. Alright. There's another lake up front, this one here. This one right there. And we keep going a track over that lake. That's this lake over here. We're over here. And the airfield, I think, is right here. So directly east of that lake. After we pass 1, 2 roads, okay? I'm gonna go over this lake. And we'll do a low flight over the field. We'll see if we spot a windsock. Because it's a small airfield. I don't think they have air traffic control there, because it just told me directly to select a runway for landing. I don't know. I want to see the conditions over the airfield visually before I select the runway for landing. So we're just gonna go in without having to worry about talking to the air traffic controller here. For some reason, that's really fun. I throw out the body over the cemetery, and I just get stuck on a tree, and then we're gonna have to play another zombie game. And then Iceberg will leave. Like, I'm gonna go find more flight simulators, you know. I understand. We don't want to play. If you're gonna go from Microsoft Flight Simulators to Death Stranding, is quite a change, you know. I have a good zombie game. I've only done like very little of it. It's called A Dying Light. It's a good one, and it's multiplayer. It's scary as heck. Like the hairs on my forearms go up when I play it at night. If I play it at night. Because there's this zombie that tracks you down, and it's so scary. Alright, I'm talking so much I forgot where I am. Okay, I'm about to overfly the airfield. It's right here. I'm gonna cut power. This is the airfield right here. Look at this. It's like it looks like a zombie infestation happen here. There's nothing. There's no numbers on the runway. Wow. Okay, well. Let's see what let me get a feel for what the airplane is doing as I fly low over here. I'm just trying to get a feel, because you can sometimes here you go, like here it's, I mean, I did that's a steep bank turn, so you know I slowed down, but I feel like the wind is coming from, I have a feeling the wind is coming from the northwest still. So I think this runway over here will be the best one, but the way I'm gonna find out which runway it is, since they didn't paint it on it, is I'm going to just fly directly over it, see what bearing it says there on my compass, and pick that. Okay. I already did the 45 bank before when I was flying by that radio telescope, so I already lost the. I haven't heard the screaming yet. I think that's only passenger missions. This is a medic mission, so I haven't heard the passengers screaming yet. I got all the little sound files today from donating $20, so I'm gonna do a passenger mission next time and try to really throw them around and see if they scream and kick and go nuts. Wait, where did it go now? No, I lost it. I lost track. Oh, here it is. Yeah, basically, what I'm doing now is I'm gonna fly over the runway, and I'm gonna check my bearing, and then this is the runway I want to. I assume this is a runway here. Okay, so that bearing is 300, and I think it's the other runway. I don't think that's the runway. I think it's gonna be the 70. Okay, so let's go here. Oxen Hope. Select runway 7. Announce position.
Oscar X-ray traffic hypertext Hero 11 miles southwest 1,600 feet inbound to land runway 7.
Alright, let me do a prediction myself to put in another obstacle here. I predict I think this is going to be crosswind, so I'm going to go with 270. Hopefully I can land without a crash. Chipa trying to get back here to get up Timmy Thumb in the lead. Chipa trying to get his score high, trying to add another number to his score here in this landing rate ongoing competition. Look at these pretty fields. All right, and we're gonna go to full flaps. I'll put the landing light on, you know, to blind anyone who's down there who's looking at the airplane. Maybe someone's trying to like shine a laser at me, so I can shine a laser back of the landing light. It was not a laser, but it's... Alright, that's where I'm going, ladies and gentlemen. It's right next to like some little town or something. There's no windsock, there's no numbers. It's a small airfield. We got Silent G37 out there that looks like a fan of a shooter game. We got Sky Yaxi. We got I Don't Do Me Me's. Hash 449er. We got the Baconator 9er0 out there. Likes bacon. I could use some bacon with some hash browns and an omelette. Some mushrooms. Maybe a little lettuce on the side too. Can you tell I'm getting hungry for lunch? Hey Yiblan, thanks for the prediction. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Yiblan, I try to make this landing as smooth as possible always, okay? That's all I try to do. I try to land as smooth as possible. Sometimes I will try to land harder if it looks like it's a really rough, there's not a lot of space and and I have to get down before I go off a cliff or something. But in this one here, I think I have enough space. I'm gonna do a little forward slip here.
Transporter, almost done. Go to the parking.
Icebird! Fantastic. That's pretty good. Minus 28. Jeez, that was pretty good. It's a strong wind coming from that direction, huh? I could feel it even when I was flying over it. I could feel like the plane was slowing down. At first I thought maybe because I was banking up. I was like, no, there's a wind coming from there. Poor Shipa thinks it's rigged, okay? I don't know where to land it. There's a hangar here, so I'm gonna go to that hangar. I have to be careful with the ditches. Shipa thinks it's rigged, but come on, at least you're in the standing there, Shipa. I'm just gonna park by this hangar over here. Kinda hard to turn left right now. I'm just gonna leave her here. Wait. I feel I have to ride every time I don't win. How does that affect your StarCraft nights? Alright, let's just leave it here. Set parking brake. A night of rage. Let me update here before I forget. So Icebird won this one, another one for Icebird. Computer, update the website. There it goes. The computer's updating the website. Should be up in another minute or so. The prediction was shown before you landed on the runway? Are you serious? I'll check the... Why would that happen? I checked the... I'll check the video. Is it cheating? Where I'm looking at it up here. Let's look at the Neofly log. Mission ended success. 1-2 boss. We have $51,000 now. A pretty good job. I want this job in the real world. Where did it say? Let's see. Let's see. Landing recorded at minus 28 feet per minute. And then afterwards, here the STK bot here at least says that it happened after the landing. But I'll check. Oh, the slight delay. Oh, like because of the Twitch chat. There's a slight delay, maybe. I don't know. Or is that a joke? I have a video to prove. Yeah, send me the video. I don't know. Maybe Tim. I mean, you're the one who won, you know, so maybe you or maybe Icebird or Timmy, when I let them in my computer, I opened up the firewall for us to do the multiplayer Neofly the other day. Maybe you all rigged it like Sheep was saying. Did you rig it? Okay, let's look at the let's look at the touchdown here. There you go. There's that's the touchdown, right? Is that where the touchdown was? That thing? I was confused about whether that's the runway or that, so I kind of went in between both. I'm hovering over it, doesn't let me do anything. Yeah, delay of Twitch can be the reason, but I noticed, I don't know if this is an update, there's a log now in Neofly, look at this. And let me, what was the name of the zoom thing in window that I can zoom in? Magnifier. Apple Plus to turn on magnifier. Okay, Apple Plus. I mean Command Plus. Oh, there it is. All right, here's the magnifier. Whoa, can you guys see this? Does the magnifier work on the, because it totally, like, I lost my stream preview because it's a date. There you go. And then I can click on view. Here, let me turn off this magnifier now because I can't see anything. So look at this. Now, this is awesome. Now there's a log in Neofly and it shows you your whole flight path, what you did. All right, by flight. You can see the one that I crashed with Timmy the other day that was all the way in Mauritania, I think. There it is. There it is. I went with Tim all the way. We dropped him off fine. We came back and I smashed down at 100 knots right there. So now it saves. This is really cool. It saves all your logs all around the world. That's so awesome. And here's the latest flight where I lost that comfort bonus was around here. I went around this, oh no, yeah, Wolverhampton. I went around Wolverhampton. I banked hard. Then up here, I did this little twirl around a radio telescope. This thing, there you go, Lovell telescope. Bing Maps coming to the rescue, telling us what that was. Then we landed over here. I did some circling about to, you know, either bury or rescue those, help bury or rescue those people or zombies, whatever they were. And then we flew over here to, what's it called? Oxhope, in this little airfield over here. Does the satellite map show any planes there? Maybe that's some bits of a plane that crashed a long time ago. No, that doesn't seem like a lot of planes are... It looks like disused, actually, unused even. It's on the SQL log and on DriveSim program data. Yeah, it's a SQLite database, right? It's so awesome that they use a... That's what when I used to develop websites using like this web framework called Django. My favorite web framework, okay? Python. Really nice. The local development server, and I think a lot of these they save stuff to a local MySQL database. I love SQLite database. I love SQLite. I mean, you can run a website with it. You know, it's performant enough as long as you don't have like millions of views or something. What time is it? All right, time for lunch. Should I do a poll? Oh, 8 minutes to go before. Was it 8:20 that I start? No, I started before. Oh, 8 minutes to go on your run. This is awesome. Icebird for all, ladies and gentlemen, is running here. 35 kilometers. He was running in place. Do you have like, does it give you like a screen and you can type while you're running? Is that, can you send us a picture of your setup sometime, Icebird? I could put it on the Discord if you want. Oh, you can put it on Discord if you want. I'd be curious to see how you're running and typing at the same time. All right, after lunch, should I do a poll here? Do you all want me to continue? Should I keep playing Microsoft Flight Simulator, which will be a pleasure? Or should I play, I started a campaign with a Flying Spitfire, a single player campaign in Latitude Sturmovik. I don't think you can play those multiplayer. It would be awesome if you could, but you can play using this Pat Wilson campaign generator, which is a third-party thing. If I have other people who play IL-2 Sturmovik who be interested in flying together a campaign, I would love to do that, and then I would set that one up. But I'm just using the built-in one. And I did one mission yesterday. It was a lot of fun flying Spitfires from France to, I think, Belgium. Netherlands is in the map as well. And I may do my second mission after lunch. Sport plus. Okay, that's your indoor bicycle, huh? I'll check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. I will be back in at 2 p.m. in just over an hour and 45 minutes. And now I'm gonna do some exercise, eat some lunch. It's a cold day here in New York. The wind came in, so I'm gonna do the walk later. And then I'll be back for either IL-2 Sturmovik or more Microsoft Flight Simulator. Peace out. Thanks for being here. 1,400 calories. Make sure you eat those English breakfasts, Iceberg, afterwards. You have to eat good food after you do that much exercise, all right? It is my pleasure, and congrats on getting back neck and neck with Timmy. All right, thanks for the follow. Oh, should I do a quick little raid somewhere? Let's do a quick little raid somewhere. Who's out there? Anybody out there streaming on this wonderful Twitch platform? What a nice place to meet nice people, discover new video games, hang out. There's let's see. Lumberjack Dan is playing Dark Souls. We're talking about copy that. We're talking about zombies here. Lumberjack Dan is playing Dark Souls, a game that I've been thinking about playing for a long time. Because I played this game called Severance Blade of Darkness that I finished years ago in like 2003 maybe, 2001 maybe. And I think Dark Souls is pretty I think Dark Souls is pretty Lumberjack Dan _ Oh, I missed I put 2 D's there. Try again. And so I've been thinking about Dark Souls, but have a lovely Friday, whatever you are. Peace out. Rating.